I was on mute the whole fucking time. This is so sad. So anyway, I went into a long rant about how Apollo Justice disappointed me, and how I just stuck to the trilogy, and how I was just kind of shut off from all Ace Attorney media besides the music from the later games. And I just didn't really play much of the, well, franchise besides the first trilogy. I replayed Turnbout Beginnings, replayed Bridge to the Turnbout on my PlayStation and on my phone, completed it no times on either, but, I mean, I'm getting there. I just got onto the Edgeworth part of my phone, and if I remember correctly, I'm still just getting to the part where Phoenix on my PlayStation, so let's just play investigations because this game doesn't suck dick. Anyway, as I was saying before I realised I was on mute, I've forgotten basically all the voices, so these characters are going to be voiced a lot differently than how I did originally. Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade. He had a gun in his hand. The other man, a mackerel, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went into defended lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He's in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. Such impudence. This guy really is testing my patience. Why was I not informed you're going to testify in court? Homicide, that's my only gig. The Adagarasu case is also one of my assignments. So you're called upon to comment on the Yatagarasu's characteristics, in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not. Well, looks like you might just have a brain in there after all. Looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son. Son? I'm not your son, Pops. Yeah, 'cause your father's fucking dead, and your adoptive father is a prick. What's wrong? We came all the way out here so you could eat pancakes. Baby kids, just so silly. Okay, sick. Oh. Who is it? Money quarter. What's going on? Detective Bad misused words. It just changed all of a sudden. I'll be right there. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu. Are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again. Now. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? He walks surprisingly fast for a walking stick using one. Bad. Fine, Karma. It's been a long time. I knew you would show up. You usually do when the Avagarossa is involved, and I see this case as no exception. Do you know Detective Bad, sir? Yes, he's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only he would get a promotion and move on. It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. It's not like I do not know that. Moving on though, Bad. The man that I just passed by, was he not the suspect from the KG8 incident? So was right. Just what is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday, I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. The imbecile. I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Ah, that is a theme. So he just didn't do that for the turnaround again. The turnaround goodbyes case just for a one-off. I can't. I think you said enough for now. It's a poor taste to speak like that about a departure. Very well. Back on topic, I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here.
Objection!
Fuck off, Franziska. I don't know how to voice her anymore. The anime is weird, and the longer it goes on, it seems like my voice for her is getting really, really, really weird and not correct. Papa, how could you place him in charge? Franziska, what are you doing here? I'm here for summer vacation. What else? Oh. Franziska von Kalmar, so she is here on vacation from Germany. She's the daughter of Manfred von Kalmar, and a student of his, who's also junior to me. You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it. You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you? If you were able to pass, then I'd have... If you're able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose you. Never. She was have to be this competitive. Anyway, Papa, are you really signing Miles Edgeworth to cover the case? Yes, I am. Why do you ask? Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I'm 100% confident I can do a better job than him. That's just like Franziska. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad? Yeah. These two will be conducting the investigation. What? You want me to let both these kids loose on the crime scene? This is the perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. The crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with the authority of this crime scene, Bad, and I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Franziska, I leave this case to the two of you. Understood, sir. Yes, Papa. I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me. Bye, Manfred! Anyway. I've finally got ice cubes for my drinks now. This is so epic. Miles Edgeworth. It's been quite some time, Franziska. This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name. Would it kill you to at least say hello? Long time no see. Very good. Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you get to act all proud. Oh. Miles Edgeworth, as I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the uncommon name. For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a baby, sir. I love how Gumshoe's just standing there, it's just like it never fails. Now, I'd appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad. You're better off checking things out on your own. Very well. It's the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously. Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they have finished talking. Oh, what are you talking about? I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who's truly worthy of the uncommon name. A competition? The person who figures out the truth first wins. So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name? Exactly. I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things come from your foolish mouth. Fine. Whatever makes you happy. Can I take that as you accepted my challenge? Once again, whatever makes you happy. Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am. Kid? Serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid. I said kids, kid. How dare you call me a kid as well? I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy. You're gonna watch over these two. Yes, sir, Detective Bad, sir. Now do what I say from now on, kids, okay? You'd better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do. Then you, prosecutor boy. Let's get your investigation started already, alright? Great, now even that detective is treating you like a child. Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy. My name is Miles Edgeworth. And if you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary. Gumshoe doesn't even know Edgeworth. Well, he just learned it. He just learned Edgeworth's name, and already his salary's about to fucking skydive. What? And what would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was? That's up to you now, isn't it? Really? Sounds good, pal. So naive. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you? What is it? It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons. Yeah, it does. That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire the weapons? The gun was inside of Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Cadopian Embassy staff member. But I never heard anything about the knife. Mr. Rell was being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in, which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him for the start as well. Piece of evidence that has yet to be presented. But then why did Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it. Maybe you got a brain in there after all, kid. Is he going to treat me like a child forever? Looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this. Not yet. I feel it's much too early to draw conclusions already. First, I have conclusive evidence to protect the honor of the Von Karma name. While Franziska just stands around doing fuck all. Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Rell. At first glance, Mason and must have killed each other. However, using logic, the only logical conclusion is, aha! What was that outburst for? My detective's instinct just hit me real hard. It was Mr. Rell that fell first, see? You don't need a detective's instinct for that, it's common sense. I suppose we won't know much more than that until after I examine the bodies. I won't rest on such a suspicious looking cranny. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? Those bags are for keeping evidence safe, pal. I know that much, detective. Sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal? Looks like Mr. Rell's died with a knife in his hand. There's some blood stuck up there. He must have used this as a weapon. Yep, no doubt about it. Is Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down about it. There's nothing unusual about this area. First he killed a Cadopian's embassy staff member, then he was murdered himself. This guy wasn't exactly an angel, you know. Oh? What makes you say that? Well, he's been hauled into the precinct several times for theft and assault, pal. So yeah, he's definitely the type to have committed a murder or two. They did admit to killing Mr. Dead Man. Hey, good point, pal. I knew my detective's intuition was telling me something. Detective's intuition? Yep. Do you know about it? It's a special feeling that all detectives... We don't have time for this conversation right now. Let's return to the investigation. Mr. Faraday, how ironic is it for him to lose his life in the courthouse? Yeah, why did it have to be like this? I don't know what to say. I can't believe this happened while I was on watch, pal. Rather than beating yourself up, you should spend your time continuing the investigation. Fucking hell, Edgeworth does not fuck around when he's still baby Edgeworth. Didn't you become a detective in order to solve crimes? Yeah. Then get back to work, find out the cause of his murder. Right, come on it, pal. Oh, wrong guy. Looks like Mr. Faraday died while holding a gun in his right hand. So he shot Mr. Ralph on top of him while he's still gripping onto the gun? Guess that does seem kind of strange, huh? I mean, why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? It's not exactly rocket science, even I know how to pull a trigger. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. Hope I never have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure does look cool to hold a gun in your hands. Appears to place its screening procedures need a thorough review. Anything new? Sounds all black down here, see? Wonder what it could be. If you look closely, it's a blotching pattern solves an ink stain. An ink stain? Yes, you should get ink on my own hand whenever I use my feather pen. Feather pen? Never seen one before. Sure, I'm just making it up, pal. Mr. Earl's cause of death was from being shot, correct? That's what we think, but it's hard to tell with them lying face down. Death isn't bad enough, it's really lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth. You're sure they were trying to hide something? Detective Val, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible. What's this? You're not able to form a theory with them the way they are? Having an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you? I suppose you have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it.
Labby. There you have it.
Do you not approve?
Of course not.
What?
Investigation of a crime scene's the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will you? Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir. Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Shot in the chest.
Takes some guts to fire a gun in the courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. It must mean.
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it's discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away.
You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this was as much common knowledge as your everyday master's. What that? Something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen.
I mean, I always keep a pencil behind my ear, because Detective Bad's always telling me you should always write your name on everything you own.
Somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. I mean, for one, Maya literally picks up the most random shit and we somehow manage to turn it into case-changing evidence, while Gumshoe gives me a piece of paper which tells me how someone died, and usually hands me a gun, knife, pistol, or statue of the thinker, and goes,
"So this one killed the victim, pal." It's a knife on his chest there, see?
The wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is holding.
Labby. Make it quick.
Let us now try and understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case.
What a crazy way to go.
So something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. I don't have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Tries holding a gun in his right hand.
So Mr. Earl got blown away by, right? Labby, your answer? Oh, ballistic markings are
the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on the bullet, you can tell which gun it came from.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, I already know all about that, pal. Maybe you two better go on back to the academy. Oh, come on, sir. Cut me some slack, will you?
Looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell's holding.
Ouch!
What's wrong, Detective?
My stomach's starting to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed.
Just keep your mind on the case, alright? Well, I think that's everything examined. Yep, logic time. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand, I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen.
Ooh, let's ask the lab guy. Let's see, good work. You know, I've always wanted to say that. Maybe it was just one time in my life.
It appears that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well.
Okay, if you say so, pal.
Hi, Francisco.
Ah, I see.
Did you figure something out? This is a competition, Miles, and as such, I'd appreciate if you didn't talk to me. As you wish. There's some plastic bags stacked up on the table. There's a tea set too, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of a disturbance.
Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy. Maybe they were super quiet in their scuffle. After all, I didn't hear anything out in the hallway, you know?
Maybe a plastic bag scattered on the floor, throwing this off.
Some stuff in that bag, pal.
Photos from Friday's bag. Probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him.
This is the evidence? Better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it.
Do you just not pay attention to anything you do? Plant pot. Plant pot, plant pot. That of plant's foliage is quite nice. It's actually soothing to be around it. Perhaps I should purchase one for my room. Ah yes, what great time to discuss which plants you should have. There's a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table. And yet, a portion of them was found scattered up on the floor as well. It's not likely the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle. In which case, there might not be another. Might there not be another explanation as to how they got there?
Another reason?
I believe it's possible the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow.
Please get that blood away from me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag?
Hold on, let me ask the lab guy.
Alright, please hurry.
Why should I get a load of this, pal? It's Mr. Faraday's. Oh, and the technician said they didn't find anything else or in the bag either.
It would appear that this bag is a very important piece of evidence.
Okay, if you say so, leave it in your hands, pal.
Oh. Detective Badger, any thoughts on the case?
Faraday and Rel. Looks like they killed each other to me. Although there are a few things that just don't seem right.
And what would they be?
Why don't you try thinking on your own first before you bother me, boy?
No, I've been downgraded to just boy. Window is open and there's a fresh flowery scent in the air.
Flowers in the garden, they're so gross and ghastly.
Do you think maybe you could try offering something useful for change?
Well, at least there's no way someone escaped through this window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the third floor.
Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are also iron bars on the windows?
Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one can get through these windows, right?
Very nice. So the sofa's ready to be disposed of.
So soft I can sleep for all 25 hours of the day on this thing.
I could dispose of him. Why not plastic bags scattered all around?
Those bags are for keeping evidence safe, pal.
I know that much.
Sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal?
Well, is this guy? Anyway, because he's plastic bags will fight between the two men. I've already done this. No.
Yeah, pal. I'm so excited, pal. This is my first real crime scene. Let's get investigating.
Detective Gumshoe, I thought investigations were supposed to be conducted in a calm, collected manner.
What do you know about running an investigation, little boy prosecutor?
I know that at the very least I have a greater grasp than you of what happened here.
Why, you don't know any more than me, pal. Look, you just stay behind me, boy, and out of the way.
Step behind me the entire case. Fucking hell. I forgot. You know what I was saying?
First time setting foot inside the courthouse. Who would have thought it'd be my first case as a detective? But, you know, I get the feeling I'll be coming here a lot more in the future.
As a suspect detective?
Of course not, pal. Anyway, this lobby's actually pretty luxurious. I mean, for a defendant's lobby, it's got a pretty big TV. Oh, and there's that tea set on the table over there. But you didn't know that I like to drink tea. Wow, this room really is decked out. I mean, spending time in here, maybe being a suspect isn't such a bad thing after all.
Because suspects that being a detective in charge of anything might be bad. But he's right, this room is rather well furnished. Someone in this room in truth is slumbering. Time to finally give the wake-up call. God, Edgeworth, you really need to update the dialogue.
Whoa!
What is this, Detective Gumshoe?
My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal.
Perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one.
Ooh, let me see here. Wow, this thing is huge! And way too noisy.
You're the noisy one, Scruffy.
Don't touch it. You'll get your fingerprints all over it. But I didn't touch it. Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work.
Foundation, huh? It's always something a rookie here needs to shore up on.
Guess there's not much stuff to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's something I find very peculiar here. I fear they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there's actually a contradiction that shows another possibility.
No way, pal. Really?
I suppose I will just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. So what's suspicious exactly? Okay. Bang. It's the gun. She's left-handed. It's not gonna be evidence I hold. Now we come face to face with a contradiction I speak of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday uses left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he's left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold a gun in his right? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene.
Hey, you're right, pal. That does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen?
The facts add up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags are scattered on the floor and a gun is in the wrong hand. Sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. Person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. I beat Franziska. I beat Franziska. Slow pan? Nice.
Yes, your boy.
It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting.
Looks like we now know everything we needed to know about this case.
Are you sure we know everything?
Of course, the incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant, but the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There's absolutely no margin for doubt.
Do you really believe that to be the truth?
Are you saying just because I figured out the truth before you, that you don't want to believe that it's true? It's alright if you disagree with my argument and prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry, I will. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rowell survived for a short time. From this it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rowell. And Mr. Rowell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case.
Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic is false is probably the fastest way to show her she's wrong. So, okay, any holes in the theory? Frick.
What are you trying to say with this?
I'm saying that this piece of evidence
Doesn't contradict with my testimony. Miles Edgeworth, just face it, I'm going to win our little competition.
Okay, let's hold every statement she has.
Hold it!
Do you truly believe that Mr. Faraday died instantaneously?
I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. There, you see, it's been documented, clear as day.
Frick you. Yeah, frick you, Franziska. Bitch, I'll frickin' kill you. Blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve this evidence? Da 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 da. This fellow doesn't have using very nice fountain pens. So lobster to me, I don't get these things at all.
Well, I think the pencil behind your ear suits you just fine.
Really? You think so, pal? Man, I knew it was worth something. Why is my phone exploding? What? What do you want? Ah, shut the fuck up. I like a compliment detector.
Hold it!
Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Roll before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement?
Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now I hate to repeat myself, however. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need.
So if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Roll before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see. Eh.
Hold it!
Do you believe that dying Mr. Wells stole the knife from Mr. Faraday? Mr. Wells became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So the two men struggled, and in the end Mr. Wells was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound. Can you really say that it's perfect? What are you insinuating? Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise. So if you could have a pen that statements your testimony. Fine. Why not?
Hold it!
Claiming speculation is fact already? Don't you feel the evidence is a bit lacking? You'll find all the evidence you need just by looking around this room. Mr. Faraday collapsed on top of Mr. Rell. In addition, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, making a counterattack impossible. Oh. Furthermore, the room was a total mess from that fight. How can I say there's more evidence here than you could whip a whip at? Or more confident. And look at this place you might have a right to be. After all, it's just both a theory. It looks like you're starting to see my point. I've as good as won our little competition. So Mr. Faraday died innocently.
Objection!
Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, I feel really stupid. So what I'm gonna do is literally just object with all of my evidence till I find the right thing.
Objection! Objection!
Ow!
Objection!
But Bloodthing's Phoenix's thing, and they haven't spoken since the class trial.
Objection!
Well, last hope. The pen. Fuck! It's another statement. Freak, man. Freak.
freak-a-leak-o-leak and shit, man!
Objection!
Oh. Oh, it was in my face the entire time. Oh, I'm an idiot. No, now I feel even sillier. Man, Freak Bob got me. If the two men are fighting, their struggle would surely cause quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing. You place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Earl get his hands on the knife? Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby 2. It is not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Earl saw a chance and took it out at some point. So what you're saying is this. Mr. Earl took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag, and Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Earl after being stabbed? Is there something strange in Francis's statement just now? Wait, something doesn't add up. Oh, really? Mr. Faraday died instantly. Mr. Faraday too shot Mr. Earl for being stabbed.
Take that!
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by that knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, you got me. But of course. Well, then this report is correct, and there's only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Earl attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Earl. Therefore, Mr. Earl must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot, and they both died. That's the only explanation that makes logical sense. Creating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisco. I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolishly that only a foolish fool like you could. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francisca, you still got a ways to go. What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? Continues. Sorry, I'm trying to order some food. Well, let me see it. Okay, let's start with order of events. There's a contradiction in the order to... Oh, in that case, how did you prove the contradiction already? Miles Edgeworth remembered that who you found calmness must strive your part in every way. And that kind of half-baked answer can hardly be called perfect now, can it? Let's just try again. Okay, bag's location.
It was too far away from the bodies. If the bag that held the weapons was this far from the victims, then neither men could have taken one out without the other noticing.
It was bodies.
Weren't you the one who just said perhaps Mr. Earl saw a chance and took it out at some point? That takes responsibility for your own claims. Detailed explanation. So, one more time. Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled. No! Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday. Impossible.
Objection!
No, not so fast, Miles Edgeworth. What now? I simply think you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. Explanation won't be enough this time. Conversation very decisive evidence will prove me wrong.
Fuck's sake, Franziska! Huh? What?
Hold it!
Objection!
About that. Pressing someone's testimony was again some time to think. You're a real one-trick pony, aren't you? It's too bad that your trick only works on females. That wasn't my intent. I should give more details as how Mr. Friday ended up on top of Mr. Rell. Someone's impatient. I was just about to explain everything to you. So do you think you could hold on for just a minute? Ow! Franziska, I'll make you a deal. I'll hold on if you hold on to that whip of yours. Oh, I'll hold on to it alright as I whip you. Well, now that you've quieted down a bit, I'd like to continue if you don't mind.
I don't like Franziska. Why not?
Objection!
Frick! Frick you, Franziska!
Objection!
Frick you!
Objection! Hold it!
What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time? As Mr. Faraday had two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. L while holding both the knife and the revolver, and then left our revolver. After Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. L grabbed the knife as he was falling, and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That's how Mr. L wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible. It's possible, but if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got. Oh, I will, and to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. I don't see any point to that, but as you please.
Objection!
So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry. That's quite impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes. The firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rell's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rell and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards. Sorry, like half of my video is just me humming to the music, I'm sorry. Big swords. Get the guns fired from a distance, and with there being no chance Mr. Morrell moved that far to being shot, there is only one possible explanation. What a completely foolish lie from a thoroughly foolish fool. If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?